My prototype walkthrough. Here on the starting screen, we are on the call history tab, and a few findings discovered through contextual inquiry on this page include users struggling to track which call they were currently viewing. Along with this, one of the main reasons was due to when attempting to listen to any calls, it would open up an entirely new tab to listen to the audio. And to solve these issues, I've created a feature that highlights any call upon selecting it to help the user keep track. In addition, I've also created a drop-down audio player upon clicking play to combat continuously opening tabs to listen to any calls. Another issue was that users wished the duration of each call was presented so they have more information on what to expect when managing calls. As you can see in the drop-down audio player, the duration of the call is now presented and it is all on the same screen as well. Next, users stated that the blue button next to the play audio button was the archive feature, but on the software it was non-functioning and the software also had no archive page for them to be sent to. On the left hand side here, I created an archive page in the navigation menu, and now I can select the archive button for this call here and it will be moved to that archive page. And before we proceed to that archive page, I've also enhanced the delete call button, which is located on the far right of the call in red. And since deleting a call is something you don't want to accidentally do, I've added a pop-up confirmation to make sure the user wants to actually delete that call permanently. And now we can go ahead and delete it and proceed to the archive page. Here we can see on this page, we can see right away the exact call I archived not too long ago. And I've created a few buttons that would be helpful for the user here. The first one would be the playback of the audio once again. The second button's purpose is if in case they would like to move the call back to the history page, they can. And this button is also given a confirmation pop-up to ensure the user would like to move it back. And the final button we have here is the red trash can on the right. It's the same as the deletion feature we saw before on the previous screen, and it is also followed by that same pop-up confirmation to ensure they would like to permanently delete the call. And for the final interaction I have, we can go back to the call history screen, and here we can go to the settings and access the company setup. Firstly, as you can see on the left-hand navigation menu, we are under the Employees tab currently. However, it was not designed like this before on the current software. The tab we are currently on was actually labeled as Contacts, which users stated confused them. Along with this, the tab was located on the bottom of the navigation menu. To address both these issues, I believe that the hierarchy and importance of this tab, that it should be moved all the way to the top. And I've also changed the title of the tab from Contacts to Employees to create a more clear path for users of what the page is. Next, users stated they were frustrated with managing staff with access to multiple locations. When managing or when making an edit to a staff member on one location, they would have to go all the way back to the main page to change the location so they may edit that member again under that different location. To solve this issue, I've created a select box under each staff member where they can select the locations they'd like each member to have access to, all without having to leave the current screen and to avoid the back and forth which is currently present. Also, there was previously a large menu on the left-hand side that allowed, on the left-hand side that allowed managing locations, which was redundant. I've moved the interaction to the top here as a button to make the page less cluttered. And lastly, the current save button you see here is currently located, the current save button you see on the software is actually located on the bottom of the page. And it's just one singular button that saves all changes made for any member edited. Users struggled with keeping track of all the edits made before saving the changes along with the continuous scrolling up and down. To address this, I created a save button specific to each member so users can keep track and make edits easily. This is the end of my prototype, and we can go ahead and click this back button up here to restart the prototype from the beginning.